Previously on...
Am I a Cupid or a god?
No, don't be mean, Antoinette. Perhaps it's the common fashion nowadays.
They laughed while gawking at her in her wares.
Oh my, she only has one eye.
Ghastly, but I can't look away.
The other lady nodded her head.
Like a sideshow attraction, you mean?
The freak at the carnivals.
She's darling in her own dirty, monstrous way, you know.
Maybe we can keep it. Hello, do you want some bread, urchin?
You know, girl, if you want to kill this bitches, I'm down. Okay, so, girl, I don't know, man. I mean, you might be going after the guy, I'm guessing, right? Because you think he's a nice guy, but I guess Mother, aka me, I guess, is not approving this shit, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I didn't say, didn't I tell you to leave? I didn't tell her to leave, you know? Well, I think I did, yeah, but still, you know, I guess I'll say, yeah, didn't I tell you people are cruel? I mean, human beings are cruel, to be honest. Yeah, well, not everyone, or not every day. It's like time to time, you know, but still, yeah. I guess I'll go with this, yeah. Haven't I taught you this? Time and again? People are cruel. Now, you see it firsthand. Who's this? Hey there! Or it was a child's voice called out from the behind her. Okay, a child's voice. Belongs to a girl around 7. With chubby cheeks and a look of curiosity in her eyes. She wore an old blue dress, somewhat patched at the corners, but kept clean and tidy. She was not rich, but she had an air as if she owned the ground she stood on. Courtly.
Another commoner. This party's absolutely teeming with them. The Marquis loves these things, you know. Heard he picks them randomly from the street. Oh, maybe I should give me one too.
Do you think it's a fashionable abroad? Is this birth country, I mean, or in his birth country, I mean? Persia? No, I heard he was from India.
I heard a rumor he's a bastard son of a Greek queen.
Goodness, that is so fair for far-fetched. I could barely pronounce his name, though. He really should change it to something more acceptable. Who knows? That kind of demons he might attract with such a blasphemous name.
It must be why all these nasty, horrid little creatures flux around him.
Ow. Devil or not, I'll forgive him if he kisses my hand.
The ladies laughed.
Salute! Aren't you shameless?
Don't lie, we all know why we're here.
The ladies gossip among themselves, openly ignoring the girl. The young girl took this slightly with a shrug. She approached the table and asserted her presence.
What you doing?
Goodness, they don't take a hint, do they? Throw something shiny, it might distract him.
Hey, you've been holding that bread for a long time. Are you gonna give it to her?
She pointed at the shabby rose vendor. You talking to me, girl?
Why you care? Do you want the bread for yourself? I bet she's hungry too.
I know. Maybe you should toss the bread and see if they will fight for it.
The ladies laughed to themselves. Seriously, these bitches. The girl stared at them with confusion. Her brows furrowed in a childlike understanding. What? Next thing everyone knew, she had swiped the bread from the woman's hand.
Oh my!
How rude!
Horribly filthy girl, give that back!
The girl sniffled the piece of the bread and nibbled at the surface.
Yummy! It's still warm!
She shoves the bread in the urchin's face. What? The scrumptious scent of bread flooded the rose girl's nose.
Lick it. The sugar butter tastes good.
No, you devil child! Give that back!
The urchin licked it. Her tongue was coated in sweetness. She stood there, squeezing the taste in her tongue. The girl grinned at her. As she couldn't help but grin back.
Sorry, here you go. It's all yours.
Disgusting! Like we're gonna eat anything that's big in your filthy mouth.
Wow, so this is ours now. You ladies are so nice.
Cheeky little brat, I'll have you thrown out of this party. I'll have you.
Oh, hello. A young man strode to the common shed. A sweet scent lingered as he passed. The rose girl felt her mouth well up. His presence filled her body, almost as if her hunger was abated. She blushed furiously, I mean. What a strange effect he had. Ladies.
Oh, sir, me. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry.
I just came to check in on my esteemed guests. Is everything alright? Are you enjoying yourselves? One of the ladies started fanning herself with obvious annoyance.
Well, these little beasts have been harassing us. Yes, my lord. We were just minding our own business when this fucking girl swiped the food off of our table. Horrible little nits.
The girl stuck out her tongue at them. A lady wipes her eyes and mock tears.
See, look at that. It's absolutely monstrous how these childs act around adults now. There's no respect, monsieur. I worry for the next generation. Oh, Cherylyn, don't cry. Well, my lord, we would all breathe a little easier if those children were sent on their way. Yes, who would know, or who knows what kind of mischief they might be up to? They might set fire to the table, you see?
Oh.
Or steal our jewelry. In fact, I think my pocket's watch is missing.
No. How unfortunate. One of the ladies continued her childish fucking wailing.
It is, monsieur. It's unfortunate how you allow your important guests to be treated this way. Please deal with these fucking vermins. Throw them out now.
Oh, my sweet ladies. I'm stricken with grief at your misfortune. Allow me to offer my heartfelt apologies. Unfortunately, this child is my important guest today, and you are, sad to say, peltry squatters? Oh shit!
Excuse me?
Madame Cherilette of Montpellier, I don't remember sending you an invite. Same for you, Lady Antoinette of Rennes and Lady Claudette of Lyon. Most people I invited are huge patrons of music. That is why they are here today. They came to listen to Mademoiselle Catherine Louise Parade. She is the 7-year-old piano prodigy who played for the Queen last summer. The man pointed at the girl, busy chewing her hair off the bread, The rose girl just stared at the unfolding situation.
Well, that's...
I am sure you were aware of that. Were you not? No matter, I'm always happy to see you ladies. It is my pleasure to have you here. But I hope you don't mind giving some of the food away to my town people. That is why I keep my gates open. My servers are instructed to serve anyone who passes by, not just my guests.
But that...
Don't you fret, my darlings. There's plenty more to be served. The ladies blushed in embarrassment. One of them began to fan herself even faster. Excuse me. The Marquise walked up to the two girls. The Rose Girl's heart beat so fast it made her head feel light and dizzy. She had never been this close to him. It made her feel a mixture of fear and elation.
Lady Catherine, your father has been looking for you. It is almost time for you or for your performance.
The girl looked up at Marquise and did a little courtesy.
My apologies, sir. I didn't mean to cause a clatter.
Guillaume chuckled.
I saw the whole thing. Macharie? I don't know how to pronounce that. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Excuse me. You put those ladies in their place.
They were being mean to her.
Guillaume narrows his eyes at the quiet girl. She hid behind her basket of rose. She couldn't look at him directly. He was like the sun. It hurts just to be in his presence. Yet there was relief in her heart as he stepped closer to her.
I've seen you before, haven't I?
The rose girl nodded and made a courtesy.
I deliver roses to your houses sometimes, sire. Yes, the girl with the sweetest face.
The rose girl blushes.
I love your roses, by the way. They stay fresh longer than they should. You've tended to them with love. Thank you, sir. Do you have a name, young lady?
Yeah, what was your name, girl?
What's the matter?
It is alright, young lady. If you would rather...
Let's call her Rosa. Rosa! It fits her. I think she forgot her name or she lost it.
The Marquise nodded wisely.
A valid point. Are you alright with that, Rosa? Yes.
Come on, Rosa. You'll watch me play, right?
Her eyes darted from the girl to Marquise.
Oh, Sir Gilly doesn't mind.
Gilly?
He's really nice to me and my family. And he helps the people around town, too. He won't throw you out.
The Marquise held his right hand in the air as if swearing an oath.
I won't.
See, come on. You're invited now. You're my special guest.
There's plenty of food inside too, Rosa. Please help yourself. Thank you, Saya.
Rosa is coming. Yay! Now, this is my first public performance, Rosa. I'm a bit nervous.
Catherine scratched her head.
What will I do if I make a mistake? Papa will be very upset.
The Marquise knelt in front of Catherine and rubbed her shoulder fondly.
You won't make a mistake, ma chérie. As long as you put your heart into the keys. Play to touch your audience. And any mistake won't matter. Do you understand?
Catherine stared at the Marquise.
Not really.
The man chuckled.
You will. Someday. Just play your first song with me in your mind, will you? Something that you think will make me smile.
Guillaume held Catherine's clear, young eyes in his gaze. He kissed her hand. It was covered with sticky sugar and breadcrumbs. Okay. Catherine blushed. It was the first time she looked embarrassed by anything.
It will be my pleasure, sir.
Catherine shrugged up the wood's podium and walked towards the middle of the stage. The crowd's chatter died down. The courtesies in front of her audience waved to her father and stole a glance at Guillaume. The man gave her a tiny nod. She sat down in front of the piano, admiring the cream and ebony keys underneath her fingers. Yo! I love this art. Fuck. Let's move on. Her own piano was broken and beaten. Father had sold his horse for it. Wow. The A3 key never played, and the string would creak when it was cold. But it had never failed her. She knew the keys like they were her own fingers.
She whispered to the new piano softly, as if coaxing a beautiful, untamed animal.
Let's be friends, okay?
She saw Rosa at the far end of the podium, watching her diligently. There was a renewed vigor in her blood. She could hear the keys calling out to her.
A song that would make him smile.
She placed her fingers on the keys. She began to play. At the ring of the first few notes, it became apparent to the audience that this girl was something special. Here was a little girl, barely tall enough to reach the pedals of the piano, playing as if she owned it. There were times she'd missed a note or two, but that didn't matter. She played a song to make someone smile, and it touched everyone present. Her musical skill was far beyond her years. Her fingers caressed the keys as if she was making a flower crown, carefully weaving the petals. She knew the correct way to tie the leaves so they won't tear, like all smart little girls do. As the piano sang under her hands, Catherine seemed to disappear right in front of the audience's eyes. She was just a vision, after all. Somebody leading them down a dream of a golden or a garden, the springtime, the shades of a tree on a windy day. The couples in the audience tightened their grips on the hands of their partners. Someone closed their eyes and let the music saturate their soul. Sweet memories of youth, of first love, the yawn of a newborn. Rosa's eyes shone as she stared at Catherine. Her heart was captured by this image of her, a young girl swaying her head to the music, smiling as the notes poured out of her. She couldn't take her eyes away from Catherine's glowing face. Was this happiness? Was this love? She looked like she was in love. And she was, wasn't she? In her innocence, she was still in love with life, in love with her family, with her pets, in love with every new discovery. She was full of hope. It was a bittersweet feeling for Rosa. A happy teardrop rolled down her cheek. She wanted to warm herself in that hope, if she could. In the audience, Guillermo and Catherine's father sat beside each other. Sire Pereira, your daughter is amazing.
She is, isn't she? I mean, pardon my arrogance, my liege. I am a very proud father, you see.
No pardon necessary, sire. Has she found a sponsor yet?
The Duke of Versailles once spoke to me about it, but we have not made any arrangements.
Then, I must steal her away as soon as possible.
Sire?
I'd like to be Catherine's primary sponsor, if that is alright with you.
Well, why, sire?
And to further cement my status, that piano she is playing right now? It is hers. I bought it for her.
Francois' eyes widen in astonishment. That is... Francois gulps. That is beyond generous, sire.
Guillemette smiled. Well, I must make it hard for you to refuse me, you see. I took the opportunity for asking you outright. You see, the Duke might offer an extravagant piano plated in gold. In that case, I have no choice but to humbly concede.
What?
I am kidding. The Duke of Versailles is the worst miser you will ever meet.
The man chuckled.
Of course, I shall be paying for her musical tutoring as required, along with an ample stipend to accommodate your family. You don't have to look so surprised, Monsieur Perret. Your daughter is a star. There's an effervescence about her that enraptures the soul. There's no doubt in my mind that she will succeed.
Thank you deeply, my liege.
Please, call me by my name, monsieur. Let me remind you, this generosity isn't without charge. Her tutoring will be done at my house. I want to monitor her progress. Apart from that, I'd very much like Catherine to visit me and play from time to time, yes? Music is one of my true passions. Her presence would benefit my mood tenfold.
Of course, sire. That is a small price to pay for all of your offers.
On the contrary, monsieur, you don't have to decide now. Kindly think about it.
Thank you, my lord. Sire, Guillemette. After the performance, Catherine and Rosa went to the Marquis' garden to play. Francois, is that how you say it? I don't know. I guess, yeah. Pardon me if I said it wrong, yeah. Francois and Guillemette lingered on their table, sorting out the details of Catherine's further education. Oh, Emily Perret wandered about the crowd, searching for a familiar face. She had arrived halfway through Catherine's performance, just in time to gush out her little sister's applause. Unfortunately, she couldn't find her father in the crowd. When she finally caught sight of the back of his head, she approached him hastily.
Father, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
Emily stopped as she saw the man her father was talking to. It was none other but the Marquis himself. She fixed her hair self-consciously and courtesied.
My lord, pardon my intrusion. I didn't realize.
Guillemette smiled at her kindly.
You are free to intrude any time, my lady.
Emily smiled back. Just as the rumor said, the Marquis was easy on the eyes.
To whom do I owe the pleasure of your acquaintance?
This is my eldest daughter.
This is my eldest daughter, Emily. Pardon me for my introducing her for not introducing her sooner.
Charmed.
Guillemette offered her a seat. Emily sat down across the man. Is that Emily? I'm guessing it's Emily, yeah.
Well, it seems talent and good looks run in the family.
Francois rubbed his neck. Yes, my daughters are my pride and joy, you know. Thankfully, they both took after their mother.
Surely not, Monsieur Perret. The eyes are yours, earnest and loving eyes.
Emily snorted at such happy words. Her father was clearly basking in the compliments. if this really was the famous Gulliman the rumor talked about, then he wasn't exactly much of a charmer, was he? She didn't know what all the fuss was about. The ladies in the house she worked for could not seem to stop talking about this man. Admittedly, there was something morbidly curious about the way he looked at people. Like he was always distracted and could only say words that were expected of him.
I'm pleased to have finally met you, sire. I've heard a lot about you on my travels. All good things, I hope. Depends on the tabloid and the day of the week.
Emily thought to herself and chuckled.
You're a governess, I was told. Where do you work?
With the Dimitri household, sire.
Ah, yes. I heard you were marrying into the family soon.
Oh, father, I told you not to tell anybody yet.
I did it, but you know how people talk. Word travels fast.
Pardon the commitment then, or pardon the comment then, my lady.
Please.
Your betrothed is a lucky man, I'm sure.
The conversation endured through the afternoon. Small talk, musical composers, their little town. Catherine's musical background, Francois' students, Emily's work. Emily played with their napkin, offering droll opinions on the particular droll topics. All throughout the exchange, Emily observed the infamous Marquis de Gaulle. This was him? The audacious, shameless flirt of the royal court and tabloids. According to rumors, he was able to bed both the widowed Countess of Devonshire and her daughter. Damn, really? At the same time, damn! And even at the... it's so hard to read. Tumultuous relationship with the Prince of Garnet. He didn't limit himself to royalty, or so the tabloids said. His latest fling was with an English poet. Oh. Who, they say, almost killed him when he was caught with another man. Oh. Or woman. Oh. What? Oh, okay. At this point, who knew what was real and what was a blatant lie made up by the newspapers, eh? She had looked forward to meeting him. And here he was finally. Talking about sampling the new bakery's creme brulee. She couldn't say she was disappointed exactly. But the Marquis was a depressingly normal man. Maybe even boring, Emily ventured. She watched as his gaze flickered across her hair and her nose before lazily trailed away. How infuriating. She wondered if he would suddenly say something coy, or insist to dance with her, just something outrageous, honestly, so she could shoot him down, this man whom everyone was interested in. That would be a small victory for reasonable women everywhere. But the Marquis was nothing but polite. He did not ogle. He did not touch unnecessarily. No audacious gestures or suggestive winks of the eye. He would not even look at her for more than 2 seconds. Say what? Maybe she was not pretty enough to flirt with? Oh shit! Emily bit her lips. She shouldn't be thinking that. But there were also times that he would quietly look into her eyes when the conversation lulled. When the words spoken were without meaning, their eyes would converse further. To Emily, he'd started to look lonely underneath the facade of caprice. He seemed tired of all the gallivanting, the rumors, and the numerous flings. We are all a little lonely, aren't we? Perhaps even he. He invited the family over to his chateau and commented on how empty the building felt sometimes. Music was his guilty pleasure. It got him through the cold nights. He said with a sad grin, how he wouldn't mind a warm salt touch.
And before she could stop herself, Emily had begun to imagine his lips on her neck. On one of those cold nights.
Emily shook her head, holy shit, trying to erase the thoughts in her mind. They were having a perfectly mundane conversation, yeah? She didn't know where those thoughts came from. Fortunately, her father didn't seem to notice. Thank God, music and loneliness struck a nerve with Francois' parade. He had immersed himself in music tutoring his students and Catherine ever since his wife had gotten sick. It had been 6 years, but sometimes the nights were cold. For Francois, the Marquis was speaking to his soul. He was a kindred spirit. He wasn't a pompous showboat like all the other royalty Catherine had played for. The Marquis even had a wine collection he wanted to show Francois. Such a down-to-earth, generous young man.
Emily, your face is flushed. Are you alright?
I'm fine. Just the sun, probably.
This was not true, of course. Yeah. The afternoon sun had already lost most of its heat. Thankfully, Catherine provided a distraction. Oh, she ran towards their little huddle and flung her arms around her father's torso, chattering happily about gardens and butterflies. A young rag girl followed behind her. Emily wasn't sure how old the girl was. Her dirty blonde hair hid the left side of her eye. You could just see faint trace of scars peeking through. A surge of motherly affection caught hold of her heart.
Hello there, young lady.
The girl looked down at her toe, but she gave her a shy smile.
I see you made a crown of flowers. You look very pretty. Thank you, madame. Catherine gave it to me.
Sister, this is Rosa. She's really nice. She knows the name of all the flowers in the Sir Gillis garden.
Catherine, there you go again with your silly names.
Sister, help me convince Papa to let Rosa stay with us.
Catherine?
Papa, please. Please let her stay with us. She doesn't have anywhere to go.
Now, Catherine, that is not very nice. Rosa, here is a girl. She is not a kitten you can just pluck from the street and take home, like you always do with stray animals. Goodness knows, we have all the stray cats of Francis living in our house.
Yes, I know she's not a kitten. I know she's a girl. But shouldn't we, take her home even more so?
Francois sighed. Guillemette chuckled under his breath. He was clearly enjoying this exchange.
Your daughter has some very unique views, said Pride.
Well, Sir Gilly, what do you think?
Huh?
Guillemette's face lost his casual bystander look.
You're a Marquis. I'm sure my father would follow your orders, right? Shall we take Rosa home?
Guillemette's brows furrowed at being put on the spot so suddenly. He stole a glance at Francois, who was silently pleading him with his eyes not to humor the child. He cleared his throat.
Well, I'm sure it's up to your father since he owns the house. He will have to clothe and feed Rosa, you see.
Yes, but I've got that all figured out. Ever since Sister moved to work, nobody minds the house anymore. And I have to wash the dishes every time. Papa's so busy, and we always have enough food for the two of us. If Rosa stays, then I wouldn't be so lonely on my own. She wears Sister's old clothes and will mind the house when both Sister and Father are away. She can wash the dishes sometimes, and I wash them sometimes.
Guillemette and Francois shared a look.
And besides, if it weren't up to me, I'd have people take one girl home in their house and give her food. Girls don't even eat that much. Not sure about boys.
She thought for a bit. Uh-huh.
But I'm sure it's not too much that people can't take them home too. One time, I ate one whole plate of potatoes and my stomach hurt. If Rosa was there, I wouldn't have eaten so much. Maybe.
Guillermo couldn't help but laugh. Francois rubbed his neck in embarrassment. In fact, why the fuck you gotta eat it all, girl? You could have just saved it for the next day? Don't you think? Girl? I mean, logic? Hello? I guess there's no logic to this. Okay. Alright, well, I guess Rosa got a home. Nice.